kimchi's so seductive.
Oh, it's very seductive. I really think the kimchi's your landmine. It's really sexy right now, and I think that's going to be the trap for the con. I agree.
Crank that heat, baby. When I'm in the kitchen, I am super competitive. I'm about to bring the heat to y'all. I'm literally 4'11". So anybody that's telling me, I'm just like, it's on. If you're not ready, just let me know. If you're not ready.
I'm ready. Let's go.
The way I cook is blending bold, dramatic flavors that you wouldn't even think go together to find this balance that just harmonizes perfectly. Honestly, it's all about balance of flavor.
They're going to have to make their beds.
Okay. I can make kimchi pasta carbonara with stir-fried vegetables.
They don't wash them, but I couldn't
Carbonara
stand them.
uses cheese and eggs.
Keeps
Sauce,
their like
Italian
months
all the way.
old.
Gotta take it up a notch. But I'm using the hot mustard and the soy sauce as a
They
base
should care about stuff
with
like
brown
that.
sugar, and I'm adding kimchi. Bring that little Asian flair. Kimchi pasta, like who does that? Where the magic happens, baby. Kimchi is cabbage fermented with lots of spice, so it's hot, and then it also has this bold acidic flavor.
Oh, the kimchi.
The kimchi is coming
makes an
out.
appearance. So what is that?
Pecorino. That pecorino cheese is just gonna melt all over, create a nice sticky factor.
Pecorino Romano.
Pecorino.
Hello. Very big flavors there.
Absolutely.
Kristen's move of pecorino and that brown sugar with these Asian flavors is just going to be confusion on my plate. And that feels con. I'm not buying it.
This smells so good over here. You might as well stop while you're ahead.
I'm ready. Cooking makes me feel alive. I love that adrenaline.
Let's get live.
I started cooking when I was about 5 years old. My dad opened up a restaurant, so I was raised in the kitchen. It's just in my blood. I need this. I was taught Italian cooking, so my style of cooking is simple, fresh Italian food. I'm looking at these ingredients, thinking how my kids like to go out to Asian cuisine. Give them all to me. Give them all. So I'm going to make an Asian dish. Shrimp. There we go. I'm making spicy noodle soup with sweet glazed shrimp. And the shrimp really take on whatever sauce you're going to put on it. Secret ingredients for my sauce. So I want to make it sweet to complement this spicy broth. Let's glaze these shrimp with some duck sauce. I've never done this before. Does anybody really know what duck sauce is? It goes good on my egg roll, and sometimes I eat it right out of the packet. Let's cook these babies up. It's going to be out of the park.
I'm not digging chili or sauteing literal just duck sauce. No aromatics, no fat, and that is all con.
I would agree with you, but I don't think Italy is cooking those shrimp really, really hard in a really hot pan. And I kind of like the idea of the sugar from that duck sauce right on that shrimp.
Oh, yeah. On point.
20 minutes left. Goes by very fast.
How you doing? Brooklyn's in the building. When I'm in the kitchen, I'm the life of the party.
We're to fight in Philly, where we're from.
This ain't a Philly cheesesteak contest,
You're
right?
right.
I'm a big sports guy. When it comes to a tailgate, I'm the guy that you want to be around, whether it's snowing or raining. I'm in the parking lot throwing a big, thick steak onto the grill, and I make a lot of finger foods that keeps people involved. Let's go. Let's do this. I cook American-style tough food. When I saw those Asian ingredients, my mind switched to a Japanese habit. Moving and grooving. I'm going to make skirt steak shabu-shabu. All right. Traditionally, you dip your proteins, your noodles, your veggies into a hot broth. All right. As well as different sauces that you can interchange to create your own flavor profile. So high, baby, so high. Skirt steak's full of fat, full of flavor.
You got burn over there, man.
We're cooking, man. It's called cooking.
Wow. Look at Joe searing that skirt steak beautifully in a cast iron skillet, smoking hot with tons of salt. That's a
Gonna dump soft drinks right in the garage trash.
How you doing,
Could you please
Brooklyn?
put a trash bag in there?
When I'm in the kitchen, I'm kind of like a 9-year-old Italian grandmother.
Sorry.
Girls rule, boys rule. Oh, yeah.
I usually
Try to make
empty them
everybody
out. There's
happy,
usually
and I
just
have
me
to
on the
feed
lid.
people.
I
It's
don't
just
put
who
them
I
in
am.
there full.
Let's cook with some gas.
You put one in there
My
full.
passion for cooking
No.
is as far back as I can remember. My mom was a chef for a really popular
Well, I try
Italian
not to. I
restaurant in
try to just make
Philadelphia.
sure.
really try to keep my cooking.
Okay, Ethan,
healthy,
this is how you
because
do it.
Back in 2014, I had a heart attack and was diagnosed with a rare blood disease called APS that makes my blood coagulate. So every day I wake up happy that my feet hit the floor and I got
Why
one
don't you
gear.
challenge me?
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm here to prove that anything is possible, and I'm going to win this competition. All my components for my dish are ready for my pasta. That is some hot stuff. Pasta is the most important food group in my diet. Oh, I'm going with angel hair, my favorite kind of pasta, because it's thin, it cooks quick, and it almost mimics a rice.
I'm not sure which
Check
server.
out Attilio's angel hair pasta. It's thin and it definitely won't absorb any moisture or flavors. Total con.
I'm ready, baby. 5 minutes.
What level are you?
I'm working. That rest, alright? With shabu shabu, you dip your proteins, your noodles, your veggies into a hot broth or a dipping sauce. Alright, we get the stock going. So, I'm making a dashi broth.
So what you doing over there, buddy?
I'm playing with some seaweed. A dashi broth traditionally involves kombu, which is a Japanese dried seaweed.
Kombu is an ingredient only found in a pro vocabulary.
That's
is
how it's
pro
done.
all the way.
A dashi broth also incorporates some type of bonito flakes, which is a dried fish, but I'm going to substitute that with some dried shrimp.
Everyone thinks dashi is only bonito, but dashi is not. And using the dried shrimp is a deft touch. That is seriously a professional move.
This is easy. As soon as you taste the broth, it's going to scream umami. What's going on, baby? First time in the kitchen?
Joey Garlic, what's up?
How you doing? So I have my dashi broth, but I want to make an additional dipping sauce. My dad refused to throw away duck sauce as a kid. The sweetness of the duck sauce and the hot mustard, they complement each other to provide balance to the meal. Little best of both worlds. We got sweet and spicy. I love pasta, and because of the Asian ingredients, I decided to go with soba noodles, which are traditionally coming from Japan. So it's perfect. You know, back home they call me Joey Bag of Donuts.
What are you making over there, Joe? Some donuts?
I'm making money over here. I want to make it to round 2 because I'm one step closer to that money. I love my girlfriend more than anything in the world, and I really, really want to be able to propose with a beautiful ring. Fantastic. It's a winning dish.
Don't you worry about my meatballs. They'll be perfectly done. The line between a perfect sear on a meatball and being overly burnt is extremely fine, and only a pro knows how to do it right. Okay, now it's time to make spaghetti with braised bok choy. Don't forget to salt your
I've
black
actually
pepper
kind of
like
wanted
the
to watch
steak.
this show
I'm
before. I never
using
have.
a whole wheat spaghetti because it's going to give a nutty flavor to the dish and it'll pair nicely with the earthiness of the bok choy. Little shipping on while the
Bam.
pasta is cooking. I'm going to braise the bok choy with some of the secret ingredients and create a sauce for my pasta. Little fish sauce. I'm using fish sauce instead of salt because it's a natural salting agent.
Newsflash, Stephanie is a pro. She's using the fish sauce in place of salt.
Yes. Anywhere you need a savory note, fish sauce can fit in. Love that choice.
Little honey for the
If you get all
sweetness.
fed.
I add honey to balance out the
With
saltiness
tail
of the
hanging
fish
out for a long
sauce.
time.
Nice and
time
plump.
out on Stephanie.
No,
That
I saw he had the
honey
tail
and
hanging out his
bok
mouth for a
choy
long time.
make the
Because
dish.
he's eating these
I'm
days.
going con on that one.
Today he ate 2 mediums.
Stephanie is a pro. I love the way Stephanie's
Just imagine him going through the drive-thru saying, "You all have 2 mediums."
When you let your
The
pasta and
large
your sauce
to
hang
go.
out together.
That's true.
Dunzo!
And like, would you like
All
ketchup
right,
with
2
them?
minutes.
Let's go plate.
2 chefs
It's like,
right
no,
now.
I eat them plain.
Okay, cooks are Stephanie and Joe.
I'll just
Joe
have the
really
dried
understands
blood
dashi.
frozen.
He's got the
Like it
dried
as
shrimp,
rare
he's got
as you
the
can
kombu,
possibly do it.
all the Asian ingredients, that's umami all the way. Stephanie moves with intent and purpose. She's completely calm as a cucumber.
Okay.
I think Stephanie is a pro, and to tell you, he's very dynamic. His plate is artfully composed. Presentation is that of a cook.
Someone's going home rich. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it. Time the plating.
I'm always thinking outside the box, so in my mind, everyone's dish seems a little simple. I pretty much got it back.
All right, cooks and cons. I gave you 30 minutes to make pasta with Asian condiments. Now it's time to face the judges. And as a reminder, one of you is going home. Attilia, what have you made?
Today I made spicy noodle soup with sweet glazed shrimp. I love the vibrancy of your presentation. I think the way you curated your ingredients, it's colorful, it's very inviting to eat. However, I think your noodles, they taste like they need more time to hang out in this broth.
The broth itself has really great aromatic quality, right? It's got really good flavor. But your big issue here is your treatment of the shrimp. That duck sauce, you just threw that sauce on it and it didn't work for me, right? Shrimp, you need to really caramelize it. And I don't think you did that here.
I did.
Stephanie, what did you make?
Today I made 2 Asian spaghetti and meatballs, with whole wheat spaghetti, and braised bok choy.
The bok choy was a masterful move.
Alright.
It's got that
Officially
earthy,
stop
almost like
bothering me about trash.
sauteed kale
Kirby.
quality. I like the use of the
Okay.
ingredients, the soy sauce and fish sauce. You balance those two very, very well. So the umami and the salt are great. But the problem is there's a lot of sweetness, like that honey that you put in. You might have overdid it there.
The meatballs, it's embarrassing how I feel about these meatballs. I want to take the meatballs and go somewhere and be by myself and eat them like an animal.
Yeah, that char you put on there, I thought you were making charcoal. But it's got that beautiful caramelized smokiness.
I agree.
Right?
It's tender in the middle. It's got a great crust. But unfortunately, I think that the crust is slightly undercooked.
Thank you.
Okay, Joe, your turn. Yeah, what I made for you today is a skirt steak shabu shabu.
Yep, see, he's gonna
I
win.
like the way you composed your plate. I think it's a really, really great idea to have the soup stock separate. Every component is precious, and the noodles are cooked perfectly. But my problem is you didn't give me enough broth, and you didn't use any soy sauce. You didn't even out all these salt flavors and maybe some sweet flavors, which really could have.
No, I didn't use the soy sauce.
The char that you got on the steak, it's glorious.
I don't want
I
to
watched you
overpower
chop
the
it to pieces and
dish
sear
with
it
my soy
with
sauce
fire,
flavoring.
cast iron, and that is an art. But the mustard with the duck sauce tastes like mustard I would squirt from the little packets as a kid. You needed to give us far more flavor.
Kristen, what did you do?
I made kimchi carbonara with stir-fried vegetables.
I love those dried black trumpets because I think that black trumpet really collaborates, particularly with the kimchi, and says, hey, we're long lost brothers. Glad to see you again. It's very creative. But adding cheese makes the kimchi and the radishes and everything else go haywire.
I really love that you made this dish using kimchi. That brings acidity, it brings crunchiness, but this is a heavy kind of sauce. I think this needed brightness. It's a very weighted down dish.
Thank you, everybody. Beautiful food. However, we have to make a decision, so give us a few minutes. Thank you.
I had a really creative dish, but the judges got a little confused by all the ingredients, so I hope it's not too much to send me home.
It's a table tipping,
It's almost the size of the entire table.
jaw unhinging, supersized food phenomenon.
Ginormous. Ginormous. Ginormous.
Josh Denny says, don't settle for enormous, go ginormous.
Speaking my language.
New series premieres Friday, January 6th at 8. Ginormous food. Food Network, seasons eating.
I'm about to head off to the after party, and thanks to Target, I got this nice little outfit just in time using Order Pickup. Stay fresh. Get last-minute gifts with Order Pickup at Target. At Outback, we've got one question for you. How bloomin' big are you going? Want to indulge in a tender, juicy 22-ounce bone-in ribeye, or take on the giant tomahawk? And hurry in for a free $10 bonus card with every $50
Yeah, I
gift.
forgot we already had drumsticks. Oh well. Here, have a
Everybody
couple of stars in you. I forgot. I was like, this is like, I was like, oh yeah, we already had something sweet. Thank you.
Magically keeps the dough from sticking to a cookie cutter. But Pam, nothing gets stuck.
My mistake here was not multiplying my 2 by a 3. Why is this always my mistake? He's doing something stupid.
There's no protocol for women attending.
There's no protocol for a man circling the earth either, sir. I plan on being an engineered nurse, no matter what it takes.
You'll ask, what sinus headache? What stiff joints? What
Not
kind
with
of
that
blood
building.
clots? What nighttime pain? Make all your
What
pains a
pain?
distant memory with Advil. The world's #1 choice. What? Pain. Advil.
Looking for a phone booth?
There are some people you should give underwear to this holiday. And there are some people you shouldn't. People you should. Shouldn't.
Janice!
Should. Shouldn't. Yes. No. Should. No way. Should. No. Definitely not. You shouldn't give underwear to everybody, but for those you do, give them fruit of the loom. There are some people you should give underwear to this holiday. And there are some people you shouldn't. People you should. Shouldn't.
Janice!
Should. Shouldn't. Yes. No. Should. No way. Should. No. Definitely not.
Mm-hmm.
They could do
You
that whole
shouldn't give
commercial.
underwear to everybody.
And
But
half
for
of the
those you
stuff.
do, give them fruit of the loom.
VSBdirect.com.
Okay, get your message. Shut up.
All right, cooks and cons. The judges have tasted. They've made a decision. Now it's time to learn who has won the first round, who is going home, and it's time to learn that person's true identity.
The winner of round 1 is Stephanie.
Thank you. Woo! Round 1, done. Forget about it.
Stephanie, the texture and flavor of those meatballs, you just used the ingredients in a way where they felt fused and they made sense. You really did some great cooking.
Thank you. Round 2, let's go. Bringing it home for Philly.
Good job, Stephanie. You're safe.
Thank you.
Jet, our second favorite pasta was made by Kristen.
Judges, we are down to the dishes that you like the least.
The person moving on to round 2 is Attilia.
Thank you.
That's harsh. Well, Joe, unfortunately, that means you've
Oh,
been
Joe,
eliminated.
come home.
But before you go, you need to tell us, are you a cook or are you a con?
I am a con.
The way you cook that steak, fantastic.
You want to come to LA, cook some steaks? I got a place for you.
So, Joe, what do you do?
I'm a medical supply salesman.
That kind of goes with cooking.
I'm actually a medical supply salesman right here in New York City. During a typical day, I'm traveling to hospitals and I'm trying to get them to commit to using my product. It's gonna keep the mesh adhered on the wall for a better patient outcome. My main priority, though, is to get the best technology that's going to produce the best results for the patient. At work, I count how successful I am with how many people I get in front of. And with cooking, I feel the same way. The more people that are eating my food, the better. The thing that I love best when it's time to cook is interacting with everybody that's there. You know, the food's only as good as the people you have there to eat.
Thank you, Joe. Great job. All right, welcome to round 2.
Thank you.
This is the money round.
Bring it.
Someone's going home with cash. According to my notes, there are 2 cooks and 1 con here.
I'm the cook.
In this second round, you have a little wiggle room because you can cook what you want.
All right. Can't wait.
The only stipulation is you must cook with apples.
Got it. In the bag.
Well, what am I gonna do with these apples? The only way I ever ate them was just I ate a taken apple and I ate it.
Granny Smith
Really?
apples, red
Apples
delicious
are in
apples,
so many
apple
foods. Maybe he needs
sauce,
to come.
caramel apples, and apple cider. One of these have to be in your fantastic dish. 30 minutes is on that clock. Are you ready?
What?
Ready.
He said throw away all your apples.
Let's go. Well, chefs
Grab
and
one and take a
judges,
bite.
it's
No, it's
apple
like
time.
in shop they use apples all the time. They use apples in everything. That's what I'm saying. Maybe he's the con because that's pretty unbelievable. You can't even find something we use
I think the Red
apples.
Delicious is a Con's apple. It's red, it's delicious, and it's not very good. I would just use the Granny Smith completely.
Oh, yeah. A pro takes a roasted apple or a cooked apple and pairs it with another piece of raw apple.
That's it.
I think you assume to have something that really stands up to the apple. For me, that's pork.
Yes. Maybe a stuffed pork chop. You use that apple, juice it, you glaze, and cook that pork chop perfectly and season it so it holds up to that apple.
For round 2, I'm simplifying my ingredients, but keeping my personal style of cooking with bold, dramatic flavors that I can blend together. I'm making a pan-seared pork chop with apple chutney. So it is apples, pork, no-brainer. Start on my marinade. I'm gonna marinate the pork chop with lots of herbs to intensify that flavor.
Okay, so pork chops apple. Come on.
Gotta love it, right?
Jam the blender with rosemary. I feel like it's herb essential, and that's just going to overpower the pork and the apples in your dish. Con move.
Got these awesome pork chops, and get those in the marinade. I want that rosemary and all the juices from that marinade to infuse into the pork. Sear these babies. I'm using cast iron to get the ultimate brown, crispy sear that I want.
That is it, Kristen, right there. Cast iron is a pro move. The sear that you accomplished, I think cons are scared of wielding the cast iron.
But she has now thrown half a pound of thyme in there. It's going to become burned and medicinal when she cooks it in the cast iron skillet. Kristen is the con.
Awesome.
20 minutes left. 20 minutes.
Winning the first round. I'm feeling confident. Round 2, let's go. Give me the cash.
You alright there?
Yeah, I'm good. You?
I'm doing great. When I was a kid, one of the first dinners that I ever made my mom was chicken cutlets fried in applesauce, and she hated it. Apples and chicken. My mom was such an inspiration to my passion for food. So this one's for you, Mom. I'm gonna prove chicken and apples, it's a good thing.
I don't know what y'all are doing, but my stuff smells so good over here.
Just make sure it tastes good. I'm making a chicken and apple pot pie with a apple and fennel slaw. In a pot pie, you usually have potatoes, but I'm gonna use Granny Smith apples because it's really gonna freshen up the dish. Apple down. It's gonna be like Christmas. You're gonna think you're getting just a plain old potato, and then boom, you get a Granny Smith tart, fresh apple. Let's get this bacon in there. I want to have a really thick, deep, rich sauce. So I'm adding apple cider along with bacon. That's love. That's what you call a 5-star dish, baby.
Yes, Stephanie. I think it's a genius move to add bacon.
Great with apples.
It's going to add a nice smokiness to that dish.
Really feels very balanced. That's a sign of a pro.
Super pro.
It's good.
Yes, you
I
could.
can make anything I want. Here we go. I cook Italian food, so I'm gonna make sausage and apple ravioli
you
with
could, I mean,
cauliflower
I
and
just
apple
did
cream.
that.
Let's make some raviolis. Doesn't really get any more Italian than that. First thing I'm gonna do is get my ravioli filling going. These are green apples, color of money.
Yeah.
Let's get hot. I'm using Granny Smith apples because there's a little tartness to them. I don't want it to be too sweet because I'm going to saute it up with savory sausage.
What do you say? You're bringing that heat? Is that what you said?
Chill out, Hot Manna. They got me against these two girls, Philly and Atlanta. I'm just a small town boy. As a little Italian boy growing up in my dad's restaurant, always with the sausage. You know, hang it to dry it, or freeze it in patties, or you make flakes. So this is right in my wheelhouse. I mean, how can you go wrong? Check me out.
I see it.
My ravioli filling is perfect. It's a little salty, a little sweet. It's on the money. Oh, it's all coming together. I have no time to make ravioli. You can't make it in 30 minutes. You can try, but it's not going to be good. So I could save a lot of time if I use these wonton wrappers. I've never made this in my life. Wonton wrappers are very similar to a pasta dough. It has flour, it has egg. It's right in the same thing. Just brush.
Chicken and Tilly. He is making ravioli with wonton skins. If you were a cook, you have time to time out a very quick pasta. Totally fine.
I totally disagree with that.
Really?
Pretty 30-minute rounds and making basically ravioli. That's way too risky for a home cook to do. Girl move.
15 minutes. What? 15 minutes.
Not halfway done. What we eat?
Are you a cook or are you just a con?
I
And brought to you by Palm Wonderful 100% pure pomegranate juice. Crazy healthy.
Palm Wonderful Pure Pomegranate Juice is more than just full of antioxidants. It's packed with a burly battalion of free radical impaling antioxidants. Palm Wonderful, crazy healthy.
Got these awesome gifts for my kids, teachers, and my mailman and my neighbors.
Select toys are buy one, get one 50% off. All this week at Big Lots.
Yeah. Yep.
Life is measured in moments. Make the most of them. Woodbridge, making moments worth sharing for over 30 years.
I don't know, is this appeal to you?
Hey, Mickey, listen, I need you to watch the kids. We had to play the country.
I think she's dead. What's everybody thinking for dinner?
We just ate breakfast.
Well, good morning.
She's a danger to these children. The kids are fine. Can I have some more ice cream?
The Meg special premiere, January 1st on Fox.
Walgreens presents a holiday mini miracle.
Hey! Hey!
It's for you.
Did he really have to?
Getting the gifts you almost kept for yourself? Now that's a holiday mini miracle. And it's easy to create your own at Walgreens with 50% off wood panel photos just around the corner.
Yes, so you can get them individually. The single yellow costs $10.
Okay, can you do
So,
that?
where are the ones?
Is that like from Staples or do you have to order it?
Get it at Amazon Prime.
This season, worst meals in America.
I checked relative prices. This is the best price.
Does anybody have a cold beer?
Decades in the
making.
75 years old,
So Amazon Prime.
Clash of the Grandmas.
Send that to Joan.
She can't hear. She's deaf. Ladies are fierce.
Yeah, you'll get an email in about 20 seconds.
Okay.
Lord have mercy. Ladies make fabulous food. Finale, Sunday night at 10. Clash of the Grandmas on Food Network.
My pork chops have a nice hard sear. So now I'm gonna get my chutney going. Woo! Chutney is basically any type of
cauliflower?
They're both so neutral. It's like out neutral each other. Con, and recon.
Totally disagree.
Cauliflower.
Really? He's blanched his cauliflower in water with the apple wedges with a little bit of lemon to acidulate. That's a pro move to me.
I'm gonna finish my sauce with a little zest of orange. I wish I was a little taller for this. I want to have all the components of the sauce blend together to make one perfect harmony of the sauce. So when you taste it, you're like, what am I eating? Why is this so good?
No, do you need an overhead on?
Yeah.
You just called me Dad?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
That's what we call the old peasants, definitely.
I want to win this money for my children to go to college. Growing up, my dad worked hard every single day of his life for us to have a better life. He really